Hey guys, welcome back. Drip and Farm for Property. I'm your host, Drip Coach, dropping knowledge bombs on all drip ecosystem related projects. And in today's video, we are going to be diving back into this clip from the Drip Network AMA with Stunner Breezy. And the clip that I mentioned where Forex mentioned about once capital has left the system, it rarely comes back, and the 3 ways to support the Drip Network ecosystem. Because that is important, because those 2 things tie together. So in order to kind of weave this together for you guys, we're gonna have to start from there and then go through a couple other examples.
Project that I'm interested in. So you know, I talked about this a little bit in the last stream. What I want to focus on for projects that support drip, it has to kind of do 3 things. It has to drive cash flow into drip, it needs to remove drip from circulation, and it needs to create utility for drip. Now, it can do 2 out of the 3 things. It could even do 1 out of the 3 things. What's important is that it actually is so that if its only utility or its main utility is that it's driving capital into drip, then it needs to actually be able to drive capital into drip. If it's a utility that doesn't necessarily drive capital into drip, but provides, let's say, strong analytics for drip, or uses drip in some way that, you know, that makes sense, then in that case, maybe it doesn't drive capital into drip, but it adds value to the drip ecosystem. Right. The thing that I want to stay away from is...
All right, so you heard it there. He mentioned this before on another clip, but I just want to capture it here because this should be the litmus test. Like, it should really be this simple. It took him like a minute to get it out there, and that's exactly what this should do. We should be able to have this little simple checklist, kind of like the antiquated Howey test. But we should be able to, as a community, go, hey, does this project drive cash flow into drip? Does it help remove drip from circulation? And does it create a utility for drip? If, like you said, it's like 2 out of 3 or really, really strong 1, or hell, all 3, then we should be able to roll with it. And it shouldn't be gate kept or polarized or people upset because it's by one person or another or whatever the case may be. And then the minute it stops doing that, you stop supporting it. It's really that simple, right? Now, how do we go about that? That's the piece I don't know. I've been hit up a couple times in my Telegram and on comments. People are like, I got an idea. I got an idea. There's currently no path forward to submit these ideas. We're told that we can. We're told that drip is a community project, but it's not. It is gate kept by the people in charge. And if they don't support you or they don't like you, let's just put it that way. If they don't like you, they're not going to support your project, even if it does all 3 of these things. So on the surface, does these 3 things, you're good. But the minute you try to pitch that, not so much. So the only way forward that I have seen so far is that you have to reach out directly to the content creators, because essentially they hold the keys to the marketing side of drip. Ultimately, what I would like to see is something like Snapshot, where proposals can get put out and people can vote with their drip. You obviously aren't using it, but it gives you the voting power. And that lets you know what community members are interested in. Because just because you have an idea and you pitch it to, say, 1 community member, 1 content creator, whatever, and they're like, no, I don't like it. Well, that represents 1 subset. That's not the entire 40 to 50,000 people in the community. So the best way is to try to have some kind of organization where we can put ideas out there, because if some of the people want to support it, hell, that's great, because that's money back in the drip. Without putting it out there, though, there's no money in the drip. So to me, like I said, I've changed my tune. We need to find a way to support as many of these projects as possible, the ones that are, of course, SAFU, and vet them, and then give them a little spotlight. I don't know where or how, but I got no beef with sharing the information that people pitch it to me. Like, I'm not going to go hunting for it because there's so many now projects popping up, but I'm putting it out there right now as a APB that if someone shares something with me about drip, I will share it on my channel, because I'm not going to be the gatekeeper. Now, I'm going to give you a heads up that I'm not going to be doing research on these projects. I'm just going to say, hey, so-and-so has this project. Here's the Telegram. Here's the socials. Check it out. Like, that's the least I can do as a content creator. And I think that's what we should be doing. And then let the community decide what is SAFU, what's legit, what's not. So that's my personal take on that. And that's how I'm going to move it forward. Because as we've seen before, we've had issues with previous projects when they didn't exactly rub people the right way. So Bitfighters was drugged through the dirt, and luckily Zach's still moving forward with that. But that's a perfect example of an entire project that was originally built solely to support drip, and because the negotiations didn't go through, mud was slinged at it. But people understand the power of the drip community, and they want to partner with it or use it as a marketing vehicle. As Zach said in here, he thinks that marketing is harder than developing for a game. And I'm not a game developer, but I've run multiple businesses, especially online and even in a third world country. And I will tell you firsthand that, like, literally building a business in a third world country with a construction team that doesn't speak English, that scribbles their designs on the back of a beer box, and getting supplies was a hell of a lot easier than marketing out here. So that's my experience for sure. But as we know, drip has a lot of eyes. When you do a search, shout out to Ray for showing this. I even completely forgot about the hashtags, but you do a search for Drip Network, you got 9.5K videos, 524 different channels. That's crazy. That's a large amount of people that are looking for the Drip Network, are tied to the Drip Network, and that have a bag in either for good or bad reasons. But the more that people from here can start promoting these other projects, or at least showing these other projects, the bigger the Drip Network community grows, because there's so many other use cases and areas of influence that people could get into. Now, let's get back to the other piece that Forex mentioned about once capital has left the system, it doesn't come back.
As an opportunity to get in on a quick pump, and maybe they can do a quick 2x on it or something like that. And once capital has left a system, it's the probability of it coming back into that system is low. So it's just,
once capital has left the system, the probability of it coming back is low. And that's something that we should kind of take take a pause against, because we have seen this happen not only with drip, but also now with the animal farm. So capital, and if you were in last year, you saw all of the copycat drip forks pop up and all sorts of miners and stuff like that. This is exactly what I said in my previous video, where degens will go to the next shiny object. They are not going to stick around and play the investor mentality and hodl for 20 to 30% a year. They're like, bump that, I want 20% a day. You know, like that's what they're going after. And if we don't find a way to keep them right out of Forex's own mouth, once capital has left the system, the probability of it coming back is low. So this is another reason why we as a community need to find a way to not only make it easy for people to pitch ideas, but also get them the right resources and people to coordinate with, so that these ideas can be churned out quickly. The best way to learn if an idea is going to work or not is to put it out there and test it against the universe. Like read the book That'll Never Work. I think, what is it? The one about Netflix. But he said when they were getting ready to test Netflix, the idea of mailing DVDs, since it had never been done before, the very first thing he did was stop by the store, buy a CD or DVD at the time. And no, it was a CD. So he bought a CD, he opened it up, he stuck it in an envelope and mailed it to himself just to see what would happen. That's exactly what you have to do. You need to get out there and test things like ASAP, especially in a space that is moving exponentially. The longer you sit on the sidelines, the more likely you are to miss opportunities. And the more times we tell somebody no, that we don't want to work with them, or we burn a bridge, the more the likelihood of, again, that capital coming back is low. And here's two examples. Now, we haven't burned these bridges that I know of, but I just found out about this from a post that Brian made, because he put this out with Esco. So I had no idea that there was this BNB.io. So what this is the world's first 100% decentralized player versus player casino. Had no idea this was already out here. And it's powered by Chainlink, on chain, verifiably fair, provable, randomness, everything that Forex is talking about doing. Now, granted, they don't have Drip 21 and they don't have Plinko, but they have a jackpot, which you can get in, and then I don't know how often it runs, but you can come over here, do the transaction, and make sure that it was fair. They have roulette. They have a Powerball. They have sports betting, apparently. So if somebody picks up the other side of the bet, you can bet against them. Like, it's already here. and looks like it's, I don't know what the marketing is for this. So I'm not even going to speculate. Don't even know how long it's been out. But the point is, here's a casino, verifiably fair, randomness, DeFi. That's exactly what Forex is talking about building. Can we just do something with them? Why reinvent the wheel? I don't know. Chances are low from what I hear regarding negotiations and stuff. But to me, the idea is collaborate over compete. There's already people in the space that just need marketing. Why should we reinvent the wheel and try to allocate people to another area when someone's already been there, and maybe like this one may not have a lot of eyes on it, and they could benefit from getting more people to come to their platform? And we don't have to do anything but just verify the contracts are safe so they can look that over. And then you just start some cross-chain marketing, like make it super simple. Here's another one. I mentioned this one before, but it's open leverage. This one's been out for quite some time, but basically borrow any token, pledge any token as collateral, borrow another token in a token pair as long as sufficient liquidity is provided. This is exactly what Forex was talking about building, and it's been out for over a year for sure. And they had some of the big names supporting them and building it out, and it's completely decentralized, on-chain, provable, all that stuff. So you can already margin trade, leverage trade, any token, including drip if you wanted to, and on multiple chains. So this doesn't have to be built. It's already out. So could you do something with that? I don't know. But this is the stuff to me that we need to be looking into. We need to stop trying to do everything in-house and trying to have 50 different teams doing 50 different things. It's like, let's see what is already out there, what's already legit. Who could benefit from just the drip marketing? How can we leverage what we have and just do a nice collaboration and eliminate all the other work, and, you know, a rising tide lifts all boats kind of thing. But I'm not in charge, so I know that that's not going to pass, but I'm just showing you guys that these are opportunities that are out there, and you may have never even heard about them because the space is growing so fast and the opportunities are so exponentially developing, but the amount of people in it is infinitesimal. So these things just get launched and nobody hears about it unless there's a lot of hype and awareness on it. So to me, the solution is not burning bridges, but building them and collaborating with them, getting more eyes on them, spreading drip across multiple different areas like gaming, like casino, like margin trading, whatever the case may be, and like whatever the heck Brian Legend is doing. So this is kind of funny to me. So I got reached out to by who is this guy? Where is he? Can't find him right now. Crypto Pride. He reached out to me. Let me see, I'll pull that up real quick. There we go. This guy. He reached out to me about doing a AMA, rebase and chill. So as of this video, it's already been up, but you may not have watched it. So run over here and watch this. I have no idea what's said because it hasn't happened yet for me. But he reached out to me regarding, because he saw some of my content on what do you call this? Seifu. And I guess wants to get my take on it, but he's also in drip. So I think he's done some drip videos, but looks like definitely a Vulcan guy, Seifu, Go guy. Not too sure. I haven't done any digging into his channel at all. He offered me to come on stream. I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. And then he sent me a message and said that Brian Legend might be on there as well. Now, lo and behold, I actually have a comment. So this video I just put out is not out yet. Again, by the time you watch this, it may be, but I put this out here. And this person here said, personally, not for me, don't trust Seifu or Brian at all, would prefer to just have their community come over to us so they can see what we are doing over here is 100%, 1000% better and safer than anything they're doing over there. I said, make no mistake, I don't trust him either. I'm just looking at the charts. And lo and behold, Mr. Legend himself, 51.8K subscribers, responded to me. Alrighty then. So, and then I responded back, the jury's still out. So I got to at least respect Brian and being willing to navigate the marketing hype. Like, he is definitely able to generate a buzz on his project, be that a bad buzz or a good buzz. He caught my attention and therefore I started covering it. And then it also pissed off some people in the drip community. So it caught their attention. And then here he is watching content creators. I'm a little fish. I don't know what he's doing on my channel, but I can't even get in front of any of the drip community members like that because they don't understand critical thinking. They would instead get all mad because you're not saying drip's going to the moon in every video. But I respect what Brian's doing because he entertains that, because for him, it's all about marketing And in marketing, there's no such thing as bad press. But our community and team members don't understand that. They think that the only way to market a token is to silence one half of the narrative, the critical thinking part, and only say one thing in an echo chamber, like that's going to help pump drip. That's not how it works. So again, I got to look at both sides and we'll see. Maybe he will be on that show and maybe you already heard about it. But the point is, the whole point of this is collaborate over compete, and reference exactly what Forex said in this video. Once capital leaves the system, the probability of it coming back is low. So we need to stop the bleeding on our own ecosystem with cutting off content creators, cutting off people trying to build and support for the system, cutting off the ability to collaborate with one another and start working together. Like, why is that so complicated? I don't get it. So this is kind of I've already made a rally cry and a plea that, yeah, we need to work together, bury the hatchet, stop with the censoring of everything, allow for constructive criticism, open up the gates to people to collaborate, share their ideas, be it a snapshot or whatever, or a different Telegram. I don't know, but something's got to change so that we can actually grow drip outside of just one team, one group building for it. There are so many ideas and they all need their place in the spotlight so the community can decide, yo, I'm all about, fast food. I'm going to hook up with Lee and Foodtopian. I'm all about, real world utility and building homes, houses in Brazil. So I'm going to hook up with Brick by Brick, whatever. They need their place so that the whole community knows about it, because there's so much going on that not everybody's tapped into each content creator. Just showed you guys. What is this? 9,000 videos, 524 channels. How the hell do you think the community is going to keep up with all that? It's impossible. So we should actually have a place where all this can be centralized, like a spotlight to showcase the different content creators and stuff like that, and let the people speak for what they want to support. That's my soapbox. Hope that provides value. If it did, smash that HBO special, help brother out, like, subscribe, comment down below, and until next time, live daily and achieve your impossible. See ya.
Want to pay your in real life bills with crypto? How about send crypto directly to anyone with a bank account? SPRITZ Finance is a decentralized solution to be your own bank and connect your crypto earnings to real world bills and payments. They do not take custody of your assets and allow support on multiple blockchains and Web3 wallets. Sign up below using my referral link and you will get $50 back when you make your first $50 bill payment with crypto. Additionally, I will be using referral bonuses to airdrop, donate, or burn based on community feedback. Sign up now.